Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy once again, HMK, coming to you live from the fifth dimension. Yesterday we had such an amazing show when it comes to the Nintendo Direct, focusing on games and the future of the Nintendo Switch going into 2022. And where do I begin? Like, oh my god, we finally got the confirmation that Bayonetta 3 is alive and it's well and it's swell and the game looks amazing and I cannot wait for it to be on my Switch, and we got a lot to say about that. We got the reveal of a brand new Kirby game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is called Kirby and the Discovery of the Star or Discovery of the Star or some shit. Like, it has a better name in Japan. I'm like, why do we get bad names over here? Like, we got like Legend of Zelda Triforce of the Gods over here. It's a Link to the Past. And I'm like, whatever. We got the confirmation of Age of Calamity's final DLC, which is Guardian of Remembrance, which looks pretty spicy. And we got more trailers on Splatoon 3, Project Triangle Strategy, the fact that NSO, Nintendo Switch Online, is getting Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis. And of course, we are going to be talking about that Super Mario Bros. Movie that's being made by Illumination, the casting choices, and the fact that that movie is probably going to make $1 billion easy. Flat. Bro, it's over. I was actually having a conversation with that about that with my boys after the stream, and it really pulls into perspective of let's start with that. How about that? Let's start with that, the Mario movie, right? To get you guys' feet wet and whatnot. It really puts into perspective how much money the Illumination movies make. They make a stupid amount of revenue, like a dummy amount of revenue. Let's take a look at some numbers. This is like, oh yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, it made a good amount of money. Let's look at that. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, Sonic the Hedgehog, the video game adaptation movie, Sonic the Hedgehog film, 2020, and it was actually a really good movie. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. It's actually pretty good. Like, I was honestly expecting that movie to be bad, not because Sonic, but because of the writing team, and the writing team like was. But hey, they pulled through for the Sonic movie. It was crazy. So, the Sonic movie had a budget of capping around 90 million, right? And it made box office revenue, which of course does not account for marketing and whatnot, of 319 million. That's not straight profit, all right? That's just the revenue it made against that of the budget. So you take away 90 million from that, and then like, okay, so the production budget was like $90 million. Let's throw in like, let's say 45 million for marketing and whatnot. So like it made like probably like 150 million plus off the top, right? That's profit, right? Now, oh man, bro, if you hated Minions, yeah, I'm gonna make you hate him right now. Oh my god. All right, so Illumination Entertainment, the company known for making pictures such as A Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and the Despicable Me series, they're the ones working on the Mario movie. Right, and then we're gonna have a very interesting conversation about the casting choices and why they chose people like, you know, Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Seth Rogen, yada yada. Despite of how you feel about those actors and actresses, it's a very easy reason. So let's take a look at this shit. All right. The first one, Despicable Me. All right, Despicable Me 1. All right, had a budget of 69 million. All right, and let's say it had a marketing value, like if we want to, you know, be a little bit, you know, generous to the marketing value, we always take into account half of the budget of the movie. So like 70 million and then 35 million for budgeting. So like total like actual budget 100 million, right? The box office for that movie, the first one, was 543 million. That means it had like $440 million worth of profits, right? So oh my god, bro, if you hated Despicable Me and Minions, you go hate it today. My lord, these are the people that are making the Mario movie, right? Okay, Despicable Me 2, $76 million, right? Budget. Now let's take into account for marketing budget, we take half of that, add it to it, right? So it's like $110 million probably in total budget. Box office for that movie made $970 million. And now we go, and yo, this is why you see Minions everywhere, all right? Now we go to the Minions movie. The Minions movie. The movie that literally has Sandra Bullock, like, voice like 20 sentences maximum. 20 sentences maximum. Okay? Minions. $74 million budget. Take half of that, add to it $110 million for budget and marketing, right? Box office. $1.159 billion. It literally made $1 billion straight profit. More than $1 billion straight profit. Minions. And they don't talk in the movie. There's like probably like within the movie, which is like 91 minutes long, there's probably like 25 minutes worth of actual dialogue in that movie. So then so on and so forth. We have movies like, you know, Sing and Secret Life of Pets and Despicable Me 3. Alright, so like, you know, Sing, 75 million, 100 million box office, 634 million. Wowzers. Secret Life of Pets, 75 million, 110 million, box office, 875 million. Wowzers. Despicable Me 3, budget 80 million, 120 million, budget, box office 1.35 billion. 1.035 billion. Okay, so that's only to put it into perspective that these are the people making the Mario movie, the Super Mario movie. All right, that budget for that movie is probably not like the actual budget for that movie is not gonna pass 100 million, not accounting marketing costs, right? The marketing cost is probably gonna be like the ballpark of like 30 million. So like I anticipate like film budget plus marketing budget for the Mario movie to cap at the most 120 million, right? And this movie is gonna pass $1 billion. This movie is gonna pass $1 billion. And you know why? Because Illumination's making it. They know how to cut corners. They know how to, like, not just, now I'm not saying their animation is bad. They just know how, they know how and when to spend their money. They're very smart about that, right? Especially when it comes to animation, voice acting, how much voice acting, and the voice actors, right? So they take that into account. Super Mario Brothers, obviously Super Mario Bros. Mario's everywhere. Like, come on, like, it's Mario. It's me, right? And then you have big names like Chris Pratt, Dan Green, Seth Rogen, Jack Black. You have these huge names that will help sell the movie. That's like that's part of the marketing cost for it in itself. All right, me hiring this actor is not only part of the movie budget, but it's also part of the marketing budget, because these names help market the movie, and that's what a lot of people really don't understand. Is like, Chris Pratt. I mean, like, there's other reasons why people don't like Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen, and that's completely fine, right? But like, Chris Pratt, Seth Rogen. Why not Charles Martinet? Why not keep him as Mario and whatnot? Because as amazing as Charles Martinet is, you know, the casual audience, they in the film audience, they don't know who Charles Martinet is. They know who Mario is, but like, oh, that's the dude who voices Mario. Oh, I never knew, right? But everyone knows Star-Lord. Like, come on, everyone knows Jack Black. Everyone knows Seth Rogen. So I mean, those names are gonna sell the movie, and I promise you, the amount of dialogue in that movie is probably not gonna be as much as you think it is. Especially if this movie is going to have around any time of the runtime that Illumination is known for. Because Illumination movies never pass 2 hours, right? They usually cap at the most like an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes, or whatever. And that's probably going to be the ballpark of how long the Mario movie is, right? So, like, it's going to be mostly looking pretty type movie, but pretty enough that, you know, it draws the kids in and it keeps the adults in their, like, it draws the kids to the seats and it keeps the adults in their seats, right? And, bro, like, this movie's gonna pass the bill. I'm telling you, bro, this movie's gonna pass the bill. Illumination, they are monsters. They're monsters, bro. They're monsters. Charlie Day, Charlie Green, I meant Charlie Green. Did I say Charlie Green? I said Charlie Green because Luigi's green. So that's my bad. Or did I say Dan Green? I was lost in the sauce. I was lost in the sauce. I said green because Luigi's green, but it's Charlie Day as Luigi, right? So that's the big thing that you guys really need to put into perspective when it comes to the Super Mario Brothers movie, right? It's gonna make a dummy amount of money, and you know, like, depending on how you feel about Chris Pratt and Seth Rogen and whoever the fuck, Jack Black and stuff, like they're there to sell the movie. They're there to sell the movie, right? They could have literally had anybody voice Mario, but it's there to sell the movie. I mean, they could do a good job. We won't know until we see the movie. You know, Jim Carrey did a great job as Dr. Robotnik, but when people first saw Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik and found out that he's gonna play a live action version of Dr. Robotnik, they're all like, Jim Carrey is great, but it doesn't look like Dr. Eggman, right? And then when it showed what he looked like in most of the movie, I'm like, that doesn't look like Dr. Eggman. And then then we found out that's pre-Eggman Robotnik. And at the end of the movie, he looks like Eggman now. I'm like, oh, that's nice. But he did a great job, right? So yeah, there we have it with the Mario movie. Now let's get on to the next thing on the docket, right? The next thing on the docket that I really want to talk about is Kirby, all right? Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Like, how many times is Kirby gonna go to like a desolate post-apocalyptic version of Earth? Because for those who haven't played the Kirby games in the past, there was one Kirby game called Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, that will be coming to the Nintendo Switch online, which I'm really excited for, in which there is one planet, one level called the Shiver Star. And the Shiver Star is actually, like, when you see the planet, it's actually a frozen apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic version of Earth. And you can see, like, you know, the continents and whatnot. And then when you go to the planet itself, you see that there's machines and places that look like Earth and stuff. I'm like, damn. Like, we got bodied, right? But then you go to, like, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. That obviously is, like, man-made structures. A city, you know, electricity lighting. But, of course, it's like, you know, it got The Last of Us treatment. Like, yeah. And it's like, damn. What do you call it? Not The Last of Us. I Am Legend. Yo, I am Kirby Legend. Kirby is Legend looks great. So, like, you know, like, nature taking back the world and stuff. But what was really interesting about that game is that, not obviously three-dimensional. Like, bro, I'm excited. Super Mario Odyssey, man, like, tired. Super Mario Odyssey, wired. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. What got me really excited is that, it's not only localized to, post-apocalyptic grass-grown cities, right? And as we saw in the trailer, there are bridges that lead out from the city to different areas. And what got me super hyped and me super excited is when I saw Kirby in that desert area, and I'm like, dude, yes! Oh yeah, how big is this game gonna be? Right? So, and then we saw, you know, parts that look like to be inside the city, like inside of buildings, and like watery areas that are probably off the bridge and stuff, you know, in the sea and whatnot. But one thing that has me really excited about that is that people need, like, this has the potential to be, I wouldn't say a difficult Kirby game, but it has a huge amount of potential for it to be a non-easy Kirby game. Because, I mean, I was like, Kirby's cute. Lots of kids play Kirby. So, I mean, like, of course, those games were never difficult to, like, ever, right? They were never difficult. And I'm not asking for Kirby to be hard. Like, the hardest Kirby experience I've ever played in my life was trying to defeat King Dedede in under a minute in Kirby's era, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. But it has the potential to be more puzzle, like a lot more puzzle oriented. I'm not talking about like grueling combat difficulty. I'm talking like more puzzle oriented, because since we're in a 3D space, and it's very obvious from the trailer that certain powers are going to be located in certain parts of the world, and only certain powers can open up certain parts of like hidden crevices, you know, holes in the wall, and like, you know, secret this, secret that, and whatnot. So it has like a huge possibility to be a really nice sandbox like world that you will have to figure out as you go on. So it's like Like take it as you will, like kind of like Super Mario Odyssey with a little bit of Metroid flavor, but not the limiting aspect of Metroid where you have to backtrack back and forth, and then you can only open said area unless you have a power-up that you discovered over here. More in the perspective that, oh, you will only discover this secret if you figure it out and know where to go and have the power, what have you. So I mean, a little bit of Metroid, a little bit of Zelda 1, Breath of the Wild type of mystery aspects when it comes to the difficulty of puzzles, sprinkled within a nice sandbox Kirby game, right? And I'm like, the fact that it's coming out in spring 2022 is insane. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking the strategy that Nintendo is like constantly holding games in their pocket until like, oh, it's time type shit, right? I'm becoming a really big fan of that because it really, like, it's really nice. Like, they did that shit for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. They're doing that shit for Metroid Dread. They kind of did it for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I'm a really big fan of that. But I mean, there are certain games that have certain like pedigrees where it's like, okay, we need to show this off now. Like Breath of the Wild 2, they showed it off in 2019, and it's finally coming out 2022. And then Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 got shown off in 2017, and it's finally coming out next year. That's wild. The year Breath of the Wild 2, no, the year Breath of the Wild came out, Bayonetta 3 was unveiled, and we're getting a sequel to Breath of the Wild 2 the same year that Bayonetta 3 is actually coming out. Think about that. Take a moment and breathe and think about that. That's insane, bro. So either way, I'm really liking this perspective that Nintendo's doing right now. It's like, okay, hold. All right, now. And then like, oh, we see the game. Kirby is like, oh, it's September, and then spring like ends in July, August. When does summer start? Whatever. We don't have to wait too long for the game, you know. And it could be early spring. It could like whatever the fuck. And then, you know, Pokemon Legends Arceus is coming out in January. That's the January game. Moving on, so on and so forth. So Kirby could come out a lot sooner than expected, because I honestly think that Kirby will be this big spring game, and then Splatoon 3 will be the big summer game, and then Breath of the Wild 2 might be the big holiday game, and then Bayonetta 3 might be their big fall game. No, Breath of the Wild summer game. Man, fuck that. Make Splatoon your holiday game. I don't give a fuck. Do that shit, Nintendo. Stop it. Oh my god, that's crazy. And speaking of Bayonetta 3, you finally got a trailer. And can I tell you, let's talk about that for a second. All right, can I tell you, you guys already saw my reaction and saw that I got wired as fuck when I saw Shibuya and I saw the 101 building, and I'm like, bro, I was all like, dude, can you imagine like Vane Rex being a Nintendo Switch exclusive for Kingdom Hearts for Phase 2? I was about to like, and then I'm like, oh, it's 101. Oh man, you know what? Like, it's fine. I blame Nomura and Kamiya, and I blame every video game that has a fictional version of Shibuya. I cannot look at Shibuya the same way anymore. I can't. It's like, oh, but Shibuya's a real life setting. No. It's a very popular video game setting now. No, Shibuya doesn't belong to Japan anymore. Shibuya belongs to video games. Fuck that. Nah. I'm tired of this shit. Man, people are like, the actual number is 109. No, the actual number is 10 and whatever the fuck they decide to put after that. Man, it was bullshit. Oh my god. So I was like, that's actually really interesting that they decided to go to Shibuya there, because Bayonetta, in Bayonetta 2 we were in New York, and in Bayonetta 1 it was like, was this a made up town? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Bayonetta 1. I played Bayonetta 2 a lot more recently and stuff like that, but I mean, I still remember the story when it comes to raise up spoilers. And speaking of the story, let's talk about that a little bit. So Bayonetta 3, Bayonetta, her design, sumptuous. Yo, her glasses are bigger, her braids are huge, they're all over the place. They make a skirt for her. She got the nice eyeshadow, the nice different shades of lipstick. She got the fucking J-pop, the J-pop idol dances and stuff. So But she also has a new voice actress, right? So to put in that perspective, from the way she's acting, from the way she's dressing, and the way that she's like, you know, going about carrying herself, a lot of people, myself included, believe that this is going to be a new, younger version of Bayonetta, right? Right? And, with that being said, that really calls back to, you know, Devil May Cry 3, which of course Camille also created, and Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening, had a younger version of Dante with a new voice actor. So I mean, like, haha, I see what you're doing, right? But then there's a lot of theories that I do agree with, that saying that this version of Bayonetta is actually a grown-up, a very young, like not teenager, but like early 20s, in perspective to Umber witches, because they live forever. So like the early 20 equivalent to whatever the fuck age they're going on, whatever, of Cereza, right? And Cereza, as you know, was a child in Bayonetta 1, but then, you know, she was safely sent back to the past by Bayonetta, and then that Cereza became the new timeline of a new younger Bayonetta that was a grown-up version of that Cereza that was saved by Bayonetta. And spoilers, sorry, I mean, come on, like, we're going into Bayonetta 3, we have to be talking about these theories. Spoilers, sorry. Cereza is actually a young Bayonetta, and Cereza is Bayonetta's actual name. So, that perspective is that, oh, so this might be little Cereza from Bayonetta 1 in the new timeline that grew up a little bit into, you know, a younger Bayonetta in a new timeline in Bayonetta 3. And then I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, considering that if we take the first Bayonetta 3 trailer into perspective, that we actually saw the original Bayonetta in the original timeline get killed by whatever the fuck that thing was, right? Like spooky, scary, spooky specter, whatever the fuck, right? So we can take to account that first trailer was actually showing us that the original Bayonetta was getting killed in her timeline, and that that dude thing, whatever, is probably gonna jump to the new Bayonetta timeline in order to try and finish the job, right? And to put it and to let you guys know, Bayonetta has always dealt with timelines and time travel and, you know, all that different shit. I mean, come on, it's which time? So, like, when people were like, oh, Bayonetta bad, no, Bayonetta time travel bad, I'm like, they've always done that. They've always done that. So, yeah. But the Bayonetta from the original trailer has different guns. No, those are the same red guns from the first game. That was the same red guns that she used in the first game. And then she got Love is Blue in the second game. I forgot what the first one was, like Scarlet, whatever the fuck, whatever. But Love is Blue was the guns that she got in the second game. Bayonetta 1 guns. Scarborough Flare. Man, why you gotta make these names so complicated, bro? The flare guns, right? The flare guns. Yeah, Scarborough Flare. Yeah, Scarborough Fair, whatever the fuck, right? But that doesn't mean that Bayonetta 2 didn't happen. Because easily, you know, like, you know, Bayonetta could easily just reverted to her previous design and whatnot. Like, you know, like, they just, like, it's fine. Like, but, yo, can we talk about those new purple guns, though? They're probably gonna have some dumbass name, like, Violet Embrace, or, Violet Violence, or some shit like that. It's probably gonna be, like, Violet Violence. I don't know. Man, but I'm just in love with her design, and the fact that we're getting a new character at the end of the trailer, which a lot of people are like, Virgil, Dante. I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be, and I said this before, I'm pretty sure that character is going to be Platinum Games Bayonetta's answer to Virgil for Bayonetta 3, because a really cool perspective was actually talked about where like technically Virgil was in Devil May Cry 1 because he was Nello Angelo, whatever, and you see his face, fine, right? But then, you know, Devil May Cry 3 was the prequel, and it actually introduced Virgil, voice acted and everything, and now Bayonetta 3 third game, possibly a past version of Bayonetta, and Bayonetta is basically, you know, Bayonetta is the call to Dante, and then that new character is the call to Virgil, and he has a big ass katana on his back, and it looks like he's dressing red. So like, haha, instead of blue, he's red. Like, Kamiya's a fucking maniac. He's like, hey guys, look, it's definitely not Virgil. It's gonna, dude, that's gonna be Virgil. But like, not only is that another perspective and design and whatnot, another thing that I feel that Kamiya is a madman, just like Nomura, is that it's pretty obvious that he is reusing, recapitalizing, reviving concepts that went down with the ship when it came to Scalebound. Now, if you guys don't know what Scalebound is, Scalebound was another project that was being made by Platinum Games, F in the chat, and it was going to be exclusive to Xbox and Microsoft. Bro, I'm telling you, if that game actually saw the light of day, I would have bought an Xbox. I was planning to buy an Xbox for that game specifically. So, Scalebound is about the, like, you know, very high octane energy stylish dude, but you also have a dragon that fights with you in real-time action, you know, beat 'em up style combat, action adventure combat, whatever you want to call it. So that game got canceled, and it seems that Bayonetta 3 is trying to jump on and utilize those concepts that you know, never saw the light of day in Scalebound, now in Bayonetta 3. Now, granted, Bayonetta always summoned demons to fight with her. However, in the past games, there are more like combo enders, quick time events, you know, special battles and stuff like that. But now in Bayonetta 3, it looks like you have full control over them. Like, you can summon them whenever you want, as long as you have enough bar or enough whatever. And they're mapped to the and like in the trailer, they're mapped to the D-pad. You have multiple demons mapped to the D-pad, right? So, like, you can summon Gamora, you can summon spooky, scary spider, or whatever the fuck. And, I don't know if you can summon Madama Butterfly, because it looks like she becomes Madama Butterfly this time around. I mean, maybe you could summon her, I don't know. Whatever, like, Madama Butterfly, like, Madama Butterfly install, right? Whatever. Is that really Madama Butterfly? Like, the design was kind of weird, it was kind of different. Maybe it could be just like, oh, Madama Butterfly in the new timeline. Anyways. Oh, God. It looks like you have full control of the demons, and that is definitely a page that was ripped out of Scalebound, in which you're able to fight with your dragons. Now you can fight with your demons, like, in real time, no more hanky-panky quick time bullshit, right? So that's crazy, man. And then, like, that's the one thing I wanted to put into perspective of how, like, Hideki Kamiya was really trying to, like, revive certain aspects of a game that never saw the light of day, kind of like Nomura did with, you know, Final Fantasy versus 13, which became Final Fantasy 15, and then, you know, Vermrex. But it's like, yeah, sure, Vermrex may look like another game that never came out, but you don't know, because I know what happens in Vermrex, and I know what happens in Redacted, and Vermrex hasn't even come out, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. They're not the same thing. No, sirree, they're not the same thing. Kamiya's doing that shit, and Nomura and Kamiya aren't the only people that they're not the only people that do that. All right, Kojima did that, man. Kojima, brother. Kojima is such a chat. Kojima did that with Death Stranding a little bit, right? Because as we all know, Kojima was supposed to be making PT, aka Silent Hills, right? And Norman Reedus was supposed to be the main protagonist, and then that Guillermo del Toro was supposed to be helping out Kojima with Silent Hills, right? And then that project got canceled, and then Kojima's like, man, you know, fuck this, and he left Konami, and then, you know, PlayStation Grill Studios, he made his own Kojima Studios and whatnot, and then they helped him out, and then what did he do? He's like, yo, Norman, let's do another game. And then Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus happened. And then it's like, yo, Guillermo, Mr. Del Toro, yo, you want to be in my game? And then they got his ass to mocap a character in Death Stranding, and I'm like, bro. So, I mean, like, you know, never suppress art, because art will find a way. Art finds a way. They will come back. They will come back. Oh my god. Ugh. That's crazy. So, other games that we could talk about when it comes to the big Nintendo Direct and stuff. We got the Chocobo Racing. That looks really cool. That's Switch exclusive apparently. GP, because I mean like Chocobo Racing was a thing already. And then we got that like, see, I don't even play Monster Hunter, right? But I understand how big of a deal that Sunbreak is gonna be, right? So maybe your boy plays Sunbreak Monster Hunter Rise, because I've been hearing nothing but good things about Monster Hunter Rise. My brother plays Monster Hunter Rise, so I mean like, and I know a bunch of y'all play Monster Hunter Rise, so I mean I just might. And then other games that include the Castlevania, ActRaiser, NSO. Let's talk about NSO for a little bit. Don't worry, we're gonna get to Splatoon 3. Splatoon 3 is special, right? NSO. Listen, I have a lot of things to say about NSO when it comes to N64, but the fact that like it's gonna be like a paid service, I'm not really. I don't see it's a big deal because Nintendo Switch Online is already pretty cheap, right? And then it's, you know, one of those things like, oh, you get what you pay for, because the online services on the Switch leaves a lot to be desired, right? But there's a lot of games that you get with it for the Super Nintendo and then the regular Nintendo, right? And it's just that I wish the online was better, but it really depends on how much more they're gonna ask of us in order to pay for Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis, because I like, no matter what they're gonna ask for in terms of like an increased price, I'm gonna do it. You know, like, oh, but like, oh, look at you, Nintendo Show. I'm like, hey, listen, Nintendo 64 games, including that of Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Super Mario 64, which I already have, Kirby, Sin and Punishment, yo, Mario Kart, Star Fox 64, Banjo and motherfucking Kazooie is coming. Like Pokemon Snap, dude, I'm gonna, you know. And then that plus Genesis, that was actually such a power flex. That was such a huge flex. I'm like, damn, Nintendo out here getting Genesis, Paper Mario. Like I'm gonna get, so that's me hoping that's not gonna be a huge price increase. Like, you know, considering that it's just the 64 and Genesis on top of Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I really don't think it's gonna be a huge price point, a huge increase in price point. I feel, and this is just going off how cheap Nintendo Switch Online is already, I feel it's gonna be like $2 extra a month. Like Nintendo Switch Online right now is like, isn't it like $7, $8 a month? Nintendo Switch NSO price, you know. Yeah, like, okay, so Nintendo Switch Online, bro, I'm capping. Bro, Nintendo Switch Online is $4 a month, right? It's $4 a month. So like the extra plan is probably gonna be like $6 a month. Like, so it's gonna be $6 a month, and you know, I'm fine with that. Bro, I pay for Nintendo Switch Online $20 a year. If they give us like a year bundle deal where it's like $30 a year, like, so I mean, I understand people are complaining because I mean, like, oh, Nintendo send you anything, but I mean, sometimes people just complain to complain because Nintendo Switch Online is like super fucking cheap. But at the same time, it's like one of those things like you get what you pay for. And at this point, we're just paying for online access to these games. At this point, we're not paying for a fucking online service because our online service is a joke, right? You know, we're at this point we're just paying for the games, which is not bad as long as they keep continuously adding games. And the only way they justify it is that, oh, it is because of online that we're paying for this. Because there's no way in hell that I'm gonna be paying like fucking $20 a month, $20 a year to be renting games and not officially owning them unless I got something else out of it. And the thing I get out of it is online. So I mean, that's crazy, man. So with that being said, Super Smash Brothers 64 online. Now, Nintendo needs to stop beating around the bush. You better bring that shit here, and you better bring it now, you better bring it fast, because I'm ready to bop y'all 64 style online. It's over. Star Fox 64, you're toast. Mario Kart 64, you're toast. Kirby 64, you're toast. Yo, who out here trying to play Kirby 64 online with me? Who out here trying to get that crystal shard work? Oh yeah. That's good. Yo, Mario Golf and Mario Tennis. If they bring Pokemon Stadium and those minigame Eager Eevee Online. Yo, man, let's get, dude, bro, okay, and F-Zero Online, F-Zero X Online. I'm about to nut. Ah, God. But yeah, NSO got me hyped. NSO got me wildin', bro. And people were like, Yo, I would love GoldenEye 007 online. Now, the next thing on the docket, speaking of GoldenEye 007 and shooters, Splatoon 3 looks amazing. And honestly, people kept on saying that Splatoon 3 for the Switch ain't gonna happen. It's gonna happen on the next console. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. What up? And I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all. Because of y'all jokers that are like, yeah, man, hype. Oh, yeah, Team Chaos. Yeah, so edgy, so cool. Yeah, chaotic. Yeah, Mad Max and stuff. Because of y'all, Marina's gonna be the bad guy in Splatoon 3. It's because of y'all. You could not give the goddess her order, so now she's gonna try and revive mammals to find order within the chaos of fucking Splat Sandville. Y'all did this. We could have had technology. We could have had future. But nah, you chose mud and dirt and sand. Vile. Right? And now, in the pursuit of technology and order, Marina's probably like, you know, fuck this! And she's the one who's probably giving rise to the mammalians. It's like, you know, he's like, I don't need y'all, I don't need anything. You know, I'm pretty sure, because Judd is missing, I am pretty sure she was like, she looked at Judd, you, and just like, grabbed him and just took him. And then I'm like, you are the key to mammal life, and experimenting on his ass. And like, remember this stream. 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 Man, I'm excited on when the game is gonna release, and perspective to that, when the game is gonna have its splat test, like free test splat, free, like, what's the name of that shit? Free splat, stupid stump splat, the beta shit. It had a name, splat test or whatever the fuck. I'm excited for that, and I need that like ASAP. And I hope the game comes out in, like, you know, summer. Because that definitely screams like a summer game. You know, like fun, you know, like you're a kid now. Global test fire, there you go. You're a kid now, you're a squid now. You're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a skid. Skid mark on the floor is what you're gonna be when I'm done with you. I'm excited. I love Splatoon. Bro, I played Splatoon 1, like, I had a Wii U. I believed in the Wii U once upon a time. I played the shit out of Splatoon 1, and I played the shit out of Splatoon 2. I am so excited. Yo, I'm about to make my team. I'm be like, yo, misclick, yo, let's get it. I'd be like, yo, who else? Who else wants to get into the 5th dimension Splat team? Inklings and Octolings both welcome. Let's go, man. I just want to see what the new weapons and new perspective are, because we know that we're getting a new bow and arrow type weapon, and I'm pretty sure that ball of doom thing is a new ultimate. That's definitely not a weapon. There's no way that can be a weapon. I refuse to accept that's a weapon. It might be a stage weapon. They might be going a little bit more onto stage weapons, because we saw them dipping into that in Splatoon 2 and whatnot. And that would be really cool if they did, like, you know, overtime, either on an overtime basis or on what team is getting smoked the most. They drop one of those things, like, you know, Landmaster, right? And they drop that thing on the map. Depending on either time, it's like, all right, the thing has appeared, go get it, like, whoever can get it, right? And they get it, like, yeah! And then, or if you're losing so bad, it's like, here, have a thing, and then you go in and it's like, now this is pod racing, right? I feel like that's gonna be the perspective with that. And the new Splat, the new Splat Ultimates look really cool. We got, like Zack Venom type shit. We have, like, this Protector Dome and what, bro. All these new weapons, I'm like, it's so funny when you think about Splatoon. We're like, how many more ideas could Splatoon get? Like, how can they go past Splatoon 1? And Splatoon 2, they showed us, you know, like, dual wielding pistols. And then, how can you go past Splatoon 2? And then, like, okay, bow and arrow, you know, drone strike and stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, just, yo, keep it coming, and I'm excited for the swag. You better bring back that motorcycle jacket, because that is my HMK drip. Yo, don't do it. It was Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2. All I need, aviators, jacket, a nice pair of long Kingdom Hearts shorts, and some fucking punk boots. Hell yeah. Make myself look sexy. Yeah. But Splatoon 3 honestly had me floored. And you know, it did hurt a little bit, but not too much, because we got a lot of cool stuff when it comes to this entire direct. It did hurt a little bit that Breath of the Wild 2 wasn't shown off there. I mean, we got Age of Calamity, which I feel is going to be finally the final stop of Zelda talk when it comes to Nintendo, because we got the Age of Calamity Guardian of Remembrance DLC, which, by the way, looks amazing, and I can't wait to see more perspective on how they flesh out the Aster Society, because Aster, as we all know, got fucking deaded, right? He got inflicted with the dead, right? So he's gone, but there's more Aster people things, right? So, like, are they either clones or society? Will this explain anything for Breath of the Wild 2? I think it might, because I had a lot of theories about how this society could be like a secret underground society that worships, you know, the truth of Ganon, and it has to explain how they understand to use malice so well. 2, why do they have the Gerudo symbol on the back? And 3, where do they come from, right? And I feel that's gonna be a really cool way to explain that. And then the next new character we have is Robbie and Pura as a tag team character. And then the last character, a lot of people are saying it might be Suga. That would be cool, but I was thinking Aster. I was like, I want Aster to be playable. And all the existing characters are going to get new functions and attacks for each of their weapon types, which is going to be really, really cool. And then we're getting a new story. The Coliseum is open and whatnot. So I'm really excited. You know, I loved Age of Calamity. I love Hyrule Warriors. I love Warriors games. I love Zelda, you know. But since that DLC wave is finally coming out at the end of October, then after that, Nintendo has nothing. Nintendo, you got nothing else to talk about Zelda related unless it's Breath of the Wild 2. So, with that DLC coming out at the end of October, and with the Game Awards happening in December, you know what it is. You know what it's time for. It's time for Ganon. And you can't have Smash there because Smash is going to have their announcement in October. What up, Nintendo? You can't have Smash there. You can't have anything else there. And you guys are always at the Game Awards. You always have some sort of hanky-panky nonsense. You always have something at the Game Awards. Either whether it be Smash, Breath of the Wild, or anything, something. You have something. So give us that. You can't talk about Shin Megami Tensei. Like, you already showed us Kirby, you already showed us Splatoon, you already showed us Bayonetta. Ooh, it might be Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Uh-oh. Hey, why not both? Why not both? Bro. Can you imagine Breath of the Wild 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at the Game Awards? Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was not confirmed yet. A lot of people believe that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was going to show up at this Nintendo Direct, which was, you know, granted, like, a lot of people thought that, and that was okay to think about because of the, you know, the Monolith Soft leak and whatnot. And I thought this would be a great time to show it off, but I guess, you know, Bayonetta 3, you know, they can't. I mean, they can, but they can't. They can, but they can't have too many hands in the pot, too many cooks in the kitchen. They can, but they can't, right? So Bayonetta 3 took that. So I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 might show up at the Game Awards. Breath of the Wild 2 included, though. Both. Right? So it did hurt that Breath of the Wild 2 wasn't there. Metroid Dread was there, and Metroid Prime 4 isn't there. But considering that Metroid Dread literally comes out like in 2 weeks, Metroid Prime 4 next year. I'm telling you, 2022 is looking fucking fire for Nintendo Switch. Holy shit, right? And if we get Metroid Prime 4 next year, that means Bayonetta 3, Breath of the Wild 2, Kirby, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Monster Hunter Sunbreak, Project Triangle Strategy, Rune Factory 5 Worldwide, Mario and Rabbids, possibly Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Metroid Prime 4. Disgusting. But now we have to talk about a different type of sadness. A different type of sadness is that throughout the years of us being together on my channel, we have talked a lot. I mean a lot because it was a huge focus on Smash. And I'm not just talking about Solo for Smash. I'm talking about Smash. Because if y'all don't know, my channel and myself, we were old enough. We were there. I was making content and, you know, what do you call them? Talking about and making videos on Smash Wii U and 3DS before that game came out, right? I was there with those trailers when they revealed Shulk and Robin and Lucina and, you know, whatchamacallit, all that stuff. I was there from the beginning when they announced, when they revealed, Super Smash Bros. For U with 3DS with Mega Man, and then Pac-Man got shown off later and stuff. We were there from the beginning, and then that followed through with the DLC. But we didn't have to wait too long for them to go on into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and then we had that journey together. And now, finally, on October 5th, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes to a close for its final DLC character, right? It all comes to a close because this is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that we're talking about, all right? We are more than likely not going to see another Smash game for years. 4 years. Like, at the very minimum, I expect at the very minimum, we're not going to see a new Smash game for 5 years. And that's minimum. In no way, shape, or form we're going to get a new Smash game or anything Smash related before 5 years. All right? So it's going to be 5 years plus it's if and when we get a new Smash game. All right? So like part of the journey is the end, and we're finally getting the last last Smash Ultimate DLC character, and whoever it could be. It's been such a wild ride, all of us together. Of course, I will continue to make Smash content. I will continue to make Smash videos and have Smash streams. But you have to put into perspective that this is the end of an era. This is literally an end of an era. It hasn't felt like that for the longest because of, you know, the Wii U failing and Smash Wii U jumping ship to Smash Ultimate in a relatively short amount of time. So it didn't really feel that when we had Smash Ultimate release and then going through with that DLC and then getting the announcement of Smash Ultimate. But now it finally comes to a close for a long time, and this book is not going to be opened for a very long time. So no matter who that character is gonna be, I just want to say thank you so much for the ride. Thank you so much for the hype, and thank you so much for making that one of the best highlights of my recent life. It's been such a wild ride with you all, and we'll see what's up on the horizon when it comes to Super Smash Brothers. But when it comes to that final character, you already know Sora for Smash. And you already know that if it's not Sora for Smash, don't be mad, don't be sad. What a journey you and I have had. And if it ain't Sora, yo, Master Chief. Honestly, you know, I have, you know, a lot of people, they lose the hype, they lose the hope of possibly it ending with Sora. And I'm telling you right now, at this point in time, knowing that Smash is coming to a close on the 5th of October, I have a really good gut feeling. I'm like, and this is not just me like hopium or copium or anything like that. I have a really good feeling it's gonna be Sora. Like, I just think the stars are aligning, and I tend to go with my gut a lot of the time, and I'm not disappointed. I have a really good feeling that it's gonna be Sora. I really do. And stuff. And that truly will be the character to end off the DLC of all DLC when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, or like fighting games in general. Just for the sheer like identity of Sora in relation to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know, Sora is obviously the character, the catalyst of Kingdom Hearts that brings together many Disney and Square Enix properties and worlds together in one of the biggest crossovers of gaming. And then we have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate being in itself the biggest crossover in gaming. And who better to personify that? Who better, guys, who better to personify that identity than Sora? The Sora, the Guinness World Book of Records holder of a character that has appeared in the most RPGs. A character that's able to bring together Disney, Final Fantasy, The World Ends With You, Pixar, and the remnants of Final Fantasy Versus 13. Rex, the catalyst himself to the 5th dimension. I have a good feeling. I'm telling you. I have a very good feeling. An extremely good feeling that's going to be Sora. It's going to be Sora. But if it's not, Master Chief, though. Oh, my goodness. I hope you guys had a great time with this episode of the 5th Dimension. But ending that off on a hype note, I just want to let you guys know that this journey will truly be highlighted for all of us in the next episode of the 5th Dimension when it comes to the subject of who will be the final fighter in Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, in which many guests will be returning from previous vortexes of the galaxy when it comes to episodes of the 5th Dimension. So far, you can expect us to go live at special start time of 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, including myself, HMK, Misclick, Games Cage, and and Dakuba, and possibly even more. We will see you guys next Friday for the most explosive episode of the 5th dimension yet. So until then, be brave, dive deep, and enter the 5th dimension. I'll check you guys later.